Hello and welcome to episode 227 of the Veeam Community Recap. And I just realized I didn't put my on air sign on in my room. I am back in normal circumstances, rusty as ever for the last 2 weeks. One was vacation, one was coming out of the email hole. But thank you so much, Madalena, for covering while I was gone. You're in normal circumstances. How are you doing, Madalena?
Good day, Rick. Good day, community. Welcome back, Rick. It's great to be back in normal circumstances, both of us, not for a very long time, though, I must say, because next week is already not normal circumstances, but we'll give you more details next week. Stay with us. But yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, just prepare for the big trip. Um, and other stuff that we are dealing with, like the swag, the Vim 100 Summit, nothing going on. But tell us about your vacation, Alaska
Yeah,
cruise.
so I
Love that.
took a cruise to southeastern Alaska. It's a big U.S. state, but it's the little islands down in the kind of the southeast part of that state on the Pacific Ocean. Went to Canada, went to Seattle. We started in Seattle. It was actually fantastic. I kind of forgot how much I like cruising, but it did bring the kids, so that also complicates things. But we had a great time. Um, we had very, very good weather, which was, I think, very lucky for us. They were saying it doesn't usually get it's nice, and by no means was it cold. It was mild the whole time and not rainy and cloudy, so it was fantastic. So, um, you had a you kept the recap going, which is the goal. So I appreciate that, Manalina, and the community who helped out. Shane, Luis, a couple others I think I saw. So
Michael Melter.
Michael,
And
yeah,
we had Fabian, our
yeah,
Melter
Milder,
detective.
yeah, yeah. So thank you all for covering, and because vacation's important. And Maddie, you have some vacation coming up.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward for the whole experience, Latin America. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. Our Latin America, just from a community standpoint, we all know it's really strong, but we're about ready to go to Veeam tour season. Maddie is smart in combining some vacation with that, but I'm going to be in Mexico City for our Veeam tour and Guatemala. First time we're doing a Veeam tour in Guatemala. And there's also Lima, there's Bogota, there's Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo. I can't remember if there's any others. Oh, yeah, I don't know, but there's several this year, and so it's going to be really cool. I'm excited for it.
Absolutely. And then I'm combining it with some Vim user groups as well, new user groups, Argentina and Ecuador, meeting the leaders there. So pretty exciting times as well. Gonna meet Pablo, gonna meet Roberto. So that's pretty awesome. But talking about community, what do you think? We have a lot to cover today. What do you think to jump in?
Yeah, I think we're going to jump in. So we're not breaking the rules, sticking to the plan. And Madalena's curated a great set of content. And let's start with one from Scott talking about devolutions for remote access. I got a couple of nuggets on this one, but what caught your eye here, Maddie?
Well, first of all, Scott, long time no mention. So great to have you back. Always with some great stuff and original stuff. Yeah, Scott is covering here how to begin using Devolutions tools, specifically focusing on, as you said, remote desktop manager to enable like a very secure and efficient remote access workflow. And then he walks us through the initial setup steps after obtaining an NFR, as he says, key. And then he points out to the community, to the official documentation, for deeper guidance. He said, like, hey, they have like so much documentation in there. Don't get lost. But I think that's a good thing because you're gonna find everything that you need. And few things he's discussing in there: how to obtain the access, how to receive the NFR key from Devolutions, and then to unlock the trial or the evaluation capabilities. And then he's exploring the documentation as well, especially that part of the remote connection and IT management package checklist. And the third thing that he's covering in here is like the key setup steps, and he's following the devolutions guide, and then he's going over a broader onboarding process that includes creating the data source, registering the license with the hub or server, installing the devolutions gateway for secure just-in-time access, and then launching and configuring remote desktop manager so you can manage the remote sessions. And one reason why you want to use Devolutions tools, as he said, especially the remote desktop manager, it can just make the remote access and the credential management a lot safer and more organized and efficient compared, to just have like a multiple remote desktop shortcuts or VPNs and, password spreadsheets. So I think this is a great solution. I saw a lot of comments in there as well from the community. So yeah, let us know if you guys try it. Just put it in the comments. Let us know what do you think about this. And yeah, thank you, Scott, for sharing with us.
Yeah, indeed. And so a couple points. I mean, this is a name, Devolutions, that we've not, covered much in the Veeam circles. And they're not like a Veeam partner per se, but they are a partner in what we're doing in our community stuff. And a big shout out to the Devolutions team who provided some access to their products, the NFR there, Scott called it out right away. They have an NFR program for our Veeam 100. I'm actually going to check this out too, because I just rearranged the home internet and I want to see if this can help me with some secure remote access as well. So this has given me some homework at home. But thank you, Scott, and also thank you, Devolutions, for supporting the Veeam 100 program.
Totally.
All right, next up, a guy named Marco from Italy, one of the VUG leaders there, talking about the recovery environment for SharePoint Whoa, I'm unscrolled. Don't want to do that. Talking about SharePoint on-prem recovery environments. What caught your eye here, Madi?
Well, I think this is actually the first time when we are calling Marco in the articles section. So that's fantastic. I love that because we always talk about Marco, but we are calling him more like in the special department news about, some news on the VUG Italy and stuff like that. But I do believe, let us know, Marco, if we are wrong. Let us know if we ever mentioned your name in this category. But as
he had Blogger of the Month, so he must have done something.
Okay, but maybe it was in Italian as well. It might be in Italian. Yes.
Who knows? But anyways, good to call your name again.
Yeah, great to have you in the recap for sure. So Marco was doing like a SharePoint recovery from what I understand, and then he encountered several issues that he thinks need to be considered. And the online guide was not very clear for him in this respect. So what is he doing here is kind of offering us a comprehensive guide on setting up a recovery environment for Microsoft SharePoint on premises using Veeam Backup and Replication. And he stresses the importance of like a proper configuration to ensure successful recovery operations. And then he discusses several common issues that administrators may encounter during the recovery process. And that's the version mismatch or the missing prerequisites or, insufficient permissions in some cases. So you have to verify that the user account has the appropriate permissions to perform the restore operations. And then he said also check on the network connectivity, resource constraints. So a bunch of steps that you should take, and he's kind of clarifying that for everyone that is encountered the issues. And they also kind of have a little bit of doubts when it comes to the guide. But he also mentions, I saw a post in the forums that clarifies that for him, so there's a link that he's adding there. So overall, thank you for sharing that. I also saw the community jumping in with some good comments in there and thanking Marco that he's putting this out in the community and educating the rest of us. So thank you, Marco, and great to have you in the recap.
Yeah, indeed. And one thing I'm going to say here, Madi, is it actually sounds like he had to do a recovery and then he learned a few things. And actually, and anyone. SharePoint, SQL, any of the critical enterprise apps that you might be using, if you have to do a recovery that you haven't done before, maybe some of these little things could be surprises along the way that take more time. And so the real net here is for some of these Explorer or other app plugins, make sure you're familiar with this restore process, because should you get into a restore process, these other steps might slow you down and then make you have doubts and uncertainty of how this is going to go. So the real practical advice is to get on it now, go through this on a test environment or restore elsewhere, so that you don't have any surprises when it's truly time to do a recovery. In fact, Madi, true story, our tech support team, whenever I talk to them about ransomware, they say people are super familiar with file level recovery and whole entire image or entire VM recovery, but they really don't do much of these other recovery scenarios. And so it's very much walking them through it for the first time, ransomware or otherwise. So Marco kind of walked into one of the top pieces of advice from our tech support. So this is actually more important than people realize.
Totally. So thank you again, Marco. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes. Grazie, Marco. Yes.
Very nice. Very customized.
Oh, then another person, this guy named Jeff, in Kubernetes Corner. We haven't called that one in a while, which is good. Talking about practice AWS locally on Kubernetes, Cloud Native show number 2, Aftermath. Him and Kate are up with some stuff with, I want to call this micro Kubernetes, K3S. This is interesting. This is cool. Let me skim through this, but what caught your eye?
Well, first of all, thank you, Jeff, that, like after each of these shows, you kind of give us an overview as well in writing, because there are some people that just like writing rather than just go and just watch 1 hour of show. So sometimes people just give them an overview and see if this is interesting topic for them. I think that's a really great practice. So thank you for doing that, Jeff. So yeah, he's giving an overview. He gave an overview for the first show, and now he's repeating that for the second of their series of the Cloud Native show. And they talked about some solutions allowing people to learn cloud native technologies in their home labs, at minimal cost. And then they mention here Minikube and Kind and OpenShift Local and Rancher Desktop, Docker desktop. And they also discussed AWS locally with Local Stack, something that Jeff discovered. And Local Stack, it's an open source tool that emulates AWS services locally. So this supports services like S3, DynamoDB, SNS, SQS, and so on and so forth. And you can run Local Stack inside Kubernetes, K3s in this case, and you can mimic a mini AWS cloud in your lab. So this is great for learning and testing and automating without really paying the AWS bill. So fantastic stuff. I think they talked more in the show. So for whoever wants to watch more and to learn more about it, I suggest go and watch the full 1 hour show. And then if you are interested in cloud native, all cloud native, there is this show. I think right now they are doing it every 2 weeks. We are always going to put it in the Kubernetes Corner, advertise it in there so you can register for it. They talk all kind of stuff, all kind of tools. It's not only Veeam related, but it's just cloud native in general. So you can learn a lot of stuff. You can just ask questions in real time. It's streamed on YouTube. So fantastic job in there. And I like it because it's, it's a show that is like a kind of freestyle, they don't really have an agenda. They just kind of prepare. They just be like, okay, today we're going to talk this and this. And then they just start the conversation. So I think from that respect is pretty cool. So great job in there. Thank you, Jeff, for putting it together. And thank you both for doing this interesting show.
Yeah, this is fantastic. The local stack, which is interesting, that is wild. So it's it's incredible. And the fact that Jeff, Michael, and several others in Kubernetes Corner and other places are making it so easy to learn and practice, not just Kubernetes, but AWS. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jeff. This is outstanding content. Thank you. All right. That is 3. It's time to go to Vanguard Spotlight. And this might be a name that might be a first for Vanguard Spotlight. This is Andrea Mauro with some security stuff. Yeah.
It is the first time we are calling Andrea Mauro, so congratulations for making it to the VBS category.
Yeah, so security, love it. He's talking about some of the end-to-end capabilities that are in the current offering here from 12.x. Any particular one you like? I got a few I can talk about.
I mean, I think this is great how he's, putting like a segmentation between, every stage of the backup life cycle, how he's splitting before backup, during backup, and during restore after an attack, and he's talking about each of these features. I think this is very, very interesting. And he says, like, you need these security features to prevent attacks and harden your infrastructure, and then during the backup, detect and stop malicious activity, and then during restore and after an attack, ensure clean recovery. So I kind of like how the splitting between these features. And one thing that actually I like is what he says at the end. He says, Veeam is not yet a security company. My opinion is, like, I don't know if it would ever be a security company, but never say never, right? So is that there are, even though not a security company, there are so many security related features included in the products. But Veeam enable integration with other specialized security solution, and here he puts like a good image that reflects that, and I kind of like that part in there, how he ends. And then there are other, if you look at if you're going to scroll down, you're going to also see like there are so many other articles he wrote on the security features from Veeam products. So really great stuff, and I think we're going to call your name more often in the VBS section, Andrea. Great to have you.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you so much, Andrea. And a couple of comments. Going to go off script here for a second, but great content. And if you are wanting to know more about the Veeam security story, I would say yes, we are a data security provider. Okay, I qualify that with data. I highlight everyone check out Tech Field Day 13. Myself and Emily Tellez, we did a whole series of the Veeam story in security. So if you want to see it in video form, we've got these videos as well. The ecosystem, the what I call the Veeam difference, Covert by Veeam, and then kind of what's next from Veeam. So you can check all of those out over. I'll sneak a link into that as well to really be a good supplement from Andrea's content here, just more in video form from us. But he's dead on. And then Andrea's been, by the way, to a number of the Tech Field Day events. So it's a very nice supplement to Andrea's article. So thank you so much, Andrea.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, now we're on to special department news and hot stuff. Really, really cool here. And 2 things. We haven't called the VUG South Africa much, but it's out there, and they have probably the coolest topic. And honestly, nobody knows it better than Ian with this. This is pretty wild. This is awesome, Madi.
I agree, and I don't think we called really Jonathan. We haven't congratulated him on getting the VUG leader title, VUG South Africa uh, leader title. So congratulations, Jonathan. I'm sure he's going to do an amazing job. We had a few calls with him and Ian, and really great conversation. And yeah, Ian knows he's a top expert. We had him in last Veeam 100 show as well, talking about hackathon winning projects. So he's supporting a lot the community. So thank you for that, Ian. And I think this is going to be an amazing session, an amazing event. So make sure you are going to register for this one. It's going to be in English, so no matter you are part of a different VUG, you are not part of any VUG, just join it. It's going to be good. And you can ask questions as well, you know. So this is August 20th, which is next week, basically. So that's going to be, 9 a.m. your time.
I think
That,
that's the 1600 CET.
yeah. So yeah, 16
So
CT.
check this page will tell you your local time. Yeah.
Exactly. It's going to show the local time. But yeah, I think that's a 3 p.m. GMT, because
Okay.
with GMT works for everyone usually.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic thing. So hopefully I'm going to see more people registering for this event. I think it's going to be worth it. Thank you
Yeah.
both.
This is, I'm going to do my best to attend this one as well. I don't want to pull up my schedule now because I'll get distracted looking at email and stuff. But this is fantastic. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Ian. Highly, highly anticipated. Good stuff. All right. It's the next user group, other side of the world, same day, a little bit later in Veeam Disneyland, as I like to call it, Veeam Global HQ in Kirkland, Washington, the Seattle area user group meetup.
Yeah, this is our VUG USA leader on the West Coast, Zane. So thank you, Zane, for organizing that. I think he probably talked to Emily to arrange the office this time, and I can see a lot of great topics in there, talking about the VBR, V13, Microsoft 365, Veeam 1, VDC, some demos. They also have some special guests by key Veeam leaders and product experts. So very curious, because I don't know who's that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Emily arranged and she has something to do with it. But looking forward to see pictures and, you know, to hear more on that. So Zane, let us know. Just post it on social media or post it on the VUG USA. So the community is aware of the good stuff that you are doing.
Indeed, indeed. Love it, love it, love it. And next up, last up on our special department news is straight from Madi herself. And the Legends second half of 2025 class has been launched, part of our Veeam 100 programs. Bunch of returning members, which is fantastic. And then some new members that aren't entirely new. We've called their name. Tommy O'Shea, holla, I love it. But this is a great class. Congratulations, Maddie and Sophia. I know it's a lot of work to get this done, but great group here.
Absolutely. I think we have 5 new members and 2 returning, which is fantastic. Like 5 that are just new, as you said, Tommy, and then we have Khalid, and we have, let me see, Marcel, and
Matthias.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, there are a bunch that are new, and then there are a few that are returning, like Esteban. Esteban used to be in the first class of the Legend, like the first one, 2021. So it's fantastic to have him back. And then Stubbs, that had other priorities, last intake. So now he's back strong. And yeah, it's great to have him back. And I know there are some other people that might just be back, and it's fantastic to see their names coming, you know, even though they are not in the program, they still contribute. So I always say, like, you know, that if you have other priorities for 6 months, 1 year, it doesn't mean you cannot be back in this community. We would be happy to welcome you back if you contribute and, you know, help the community. But looking forward to see all these people, you know, in Prague this year at Veeam 100 Summit. It's a fantastic group.
Yes, indeed. Welcome everyone, new and returning. Because just if it doesn't say new, or returning, but then they'd be renewed, meaning they've been in the program before. That by itself also is an accomplishment. So congratulations, everyone. Yes, Veeam 100 Summit, top of mind for our team, and that's a lot of work as well. All right, rounding up today's show, we've got the coolest usernames fresh off of the desk of Sophia here, plus 489. Did you guys do Who's New the last 2 weeks?
No, we haven't. I was like, Sophia, just take a break from Who's New. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're back with 500 people. I was close in the show that Rick is back. So I was close to 500. See
that, and it just wouldn't fit with all those names. So this is just an easier way to do it when there's this many. But just blows my way. Sir Given Fear, Veeam Ranger, Desert Sailor, Cozy Friend, Rocket Sam, and Optimus Chang. I love that. And then Alfred's pick is Atomic Geezer. You have a badge coming your way. So big welcome, everyone, but a couple highlights across the names here. So good stuff here. So thank you, Sophia, for that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, my favorite one from that list was the Cozy Friend.
Yeah, indeed.
Cozy.
Yeah, it is cozy. All right. So you said next week might not be normal circumstances. We better make a plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be here, I think.
So. Yeah, but I won't be here.
Oh. All right. Maybe I'll tap Sophia or community. We'll find someone. We'll get it done.
No, I mean, I'm just not going to be in normal circumstances.
Oh,
I'm going to probably be doing it with you. So,
yeah. Okay. Well, we always worry about that day of or day before, so we'll figure it out. So, all right, Madi, thank you so much for prepping the content this week.
My pleasure, Rick, as always.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week on episode 228.